Comedian Funny Man on a somewhat somber day for all of us college football fans. Yes, the season has come to an end. Last night, Michigan Wolverines beat the Washington Huskies to claim a national title. And I know some people are going to say, hey man, it feels like this season flew by. Yeah, it feels like that now. But once you think back to like weeks 1 through 3, when Colorado was going on a 3-game win streak, that feels like forever ago. So I think the timing of the season was just that. But we're sad to see the season end. But every week this season, I came up before the slate of games and talked about my big 3 questions. Well, now that the season has ended, I got 3 big takeaways from the 2023 college football season, and here they are. Number 3, I underestimated Michigan. I can't, there's no other way to say it. There could be some reasons. Some of it may revolve around the scandals that they had, Coach Harbaugh being out, or even maybe the fact that they were that I wouldn't say thumped, but they lost to TCU, who went on to get thumped. And then before that, they got demolished in the semifinals. So maybe all of that was the reason I just didn't think this Michigan team could get it done. Not saying that I didn't think they were a good team. I really did. But once they played Alabama and I had a chance to lock in and really look at them, man, they really impressed me, especially on the defensive side. And they showed us that the old school way can still get it. They weren't flashy. They weren't like a big spread you out team with a bunch of first round receivers, anything like that. They got a great running back. They got a solid quarterback, but they play defense the right way. They don't get a lot of penalties. They play hard. They fill their gaps. They stop the run. They do everything that you need to do to win a championship. So I just got to get my hats off to the Michigan Wolverines. They made me a believer. They were for real 15-0 national champions, and I got to say they deserved it, but I definitely underestimated Michigan Wolverines coming into this 2023 season. My second takeaway, people going to feel different ways about this, but I'm standing on what I say. I don't feel bad for Florida State. I don't. I do feel bad for Jordan Travis. You never want to see a great player like that go down in such a devastating way, but that's about where my sympathy and empathy ends. When the announcement was made about the playoff selection, I thought it was kind of, weird. Even as a noted Alabama fan, I thought they had a chance to get in there, but I did watch their previous 2 games, and it just wasn't good television. They won, they did what they needed to do, but I don't think I wanted to sit through that again. And as we look at how good the semifinal games were, you've got to just realize that the committee got it right. And not only that, but I looked at the reaction of the Florida State players. Aside from a lot of them made tweets and posts, and they were pretty much mocking Alabama after they lost. Taking off my crimson glasses, but Florida State, why are you mad at Alabama? Alabama didn't put themselves into the playoffs. They could put themselves in position to make the playoff, but there was a whole nother committee that decided that they would get in. So if anything, your angst should have always been toward the committee, not other players who did not make the decision. So I thought that was silly. But then when they quit on each other, when they decided to not play in their bowl game, and the guys that opted out, some transferred, all these different reasons that I talked about in another video, the fact that they sat on the sideline, a good majority of them, sat on the sideline and watched their team get demolished. After I saw that, man, I think any empathy, sympathy I had for this 2023 Florida State team, it went out the window. I think in a lot of ways they ended up being their own worst enemy. Kudos to the guys in Garnet and Gold that played hard, that stuck it out. But as a team, sorry, I just don't feel any sympathy. And that's my second takeaway from this season. And my number 1 takeaway from the 2023 season is this, y'all. College football is going to be okay, all right? I'm a guy, I just love college football all my life. And not only this year, but every year, I watch all of it. Not just the playoffs, not just the bowl games. I watch the FCS playoffs. I watch Division 3, Division 2. I watch all of it. I love college football. And I know we're in a transitional period with the NIL, with the transfer portal, with conference realignment, but I can see the forest through the trees, y'all. It looks like this stuff is slowly working itself out. Um, the coaches are getting acclimated to the new climate, the players, everybody. So I would just say, as fans, just go ahead and accept some of these changes and just know that things are going to be okay. It's still a great sport. The semifinal ratings were very high. We had some great moments throughout the year. So I think college football is on the right path. It's a little tricky. They're probably going to make some mistakes and have some bumps in the road, but all in all, the sport is going to be okay. Thank y'all for rocking with me this college football season. But if you want more content from college hoops, NFL, even the UFL, when spring football kicks off, make sure you like and subscribe to all of my pages, Facebook, YouTube, because the content will keep coming. Comedian Funny May had a great season. Let's do it again next year.